views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas. As you can hear, I am getting over a respiratory system thing, so I am keeping strong, but I am so excited to be back with two amazing guests today, Hilly and Hanna from the Hillywood show. Really, you guys are just phenomenal. I'm just so honored to have you guys back on.
Well, thank you. We're excited to be here.
Yeah.
And it's been like a year since we've
probably
seen you?
a year. Yeah.
It only takes us just a little short while to create a production.
Well, but you guys, I mean, truly, it's just unbelievable what you guys are able to pull off. And the Umbrella Academy is what we're talking about today, the amazing parody. It was so cool, and it's kind of different from what you usually do, but I absolutely love it, and the quality is just insane. You guys, you could tell how much heart and soul you put into it.
Thank you so much. I mean, Hilly came at me, oh goodness, I think it was around March. She came at me and she goes, "Hey, I actually took the time to sit down and watch this new show on Netflix called Umbrella Academy." And I was like, okay. And I remember I logged on. She goes, "You should watch it." And the first screen cap is of a chimpanzee. And I was like, what is this? I was so confused. I was like, "Hilly, what is this? And she's like, "No, you have to watch it." And I think I watched it within the amount of 3 days. Oh, and wow. I was blown away, gasping on my couch all by myself. And it's just it's an amazing show. The cinematography looks like a movie. It doesn't even look like a Netflix show. It looks like a movie. And then she said, "Well, I've got this idea, but it's different." And I was like, "Okay, come at me. What you got?" And she just went off. Basically said it's a script. It does have musical segments, and she pretty goes, I'm gonna finish writing this script, because she had given me a little bit of information with Five and Dolores, and I thought it was really cute, because I was like, okay, it's a interesting relationship he's got going on there.
Definitely.
And she goes, "I'm gonna just start writing," and I go, "Okay, well, I do think you need to include the rest of the family. I don't think it will go over well with fans just with Five and Dolores, because then they're going to ask, can I see more?" And I said, "Let's just see what you got." And in 2 days, she's like, "I'm done."
Oh my gosh.
"You're done in 2 days?"
Wow.
I was so confused, and she's like, "No, I think it's done." And I think we only cut out one scene because something just didn't work out. But other than that,
that's crazy.
I don't know how she did it.
Well, you guys both are just so insanely talented, and I mean, you really, just like I said, just go above and beyond with every single thing you do. And you could tell, and I was going to say the cinematography, I was watching I was like, oh my God, that was
thank you.
Crazy. It was just phenomenal, truly phenomenal.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean,
it was just like the show.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hilly is coming to sit down and join the conversation. She was posting.
Live on the Corey Taylor Talk Show.
Yes.
You guys call in there. We're taking questions. We're on the radio.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go sit
I'm just coming out.
Okay. I think it's working.
We're also live on Instagram right now if anyone's listening.
There you go.
You can at least watch and listen at the same time. So.
Hi, guys. Hi. Sorry, that took a while. I was coordinating everything.
You were listening.
But Hannah spoke very good. She explained basically how we thought of the idea, how she watched it without any knowledge of it, and I was just already like, "We're gonna do this, so you better catch the.
You better get ready."
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, we have our first caller. Oh, it's an international caller from the United Kingdom. So.
Wow.
Hello, caller. You are live with Corey Taylor Talks. You have Hilly and Hanna on the line. What's your question?
My name's Kate, by the way, and my question is, was it nerve-wracking for you guys to put out something that's so different from all previous parodies you've done so far?
Was it, can she hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to move her over here?
Yeah, maybe.
Or
we
wait,
should-
yeah, that'd be
Okay,
better.
there we go. I think we're having some technical difficulties. So if you're watching, that's why.
we're improvising. Hi, Kate. Can you hear me?
Hi. I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, Kate.
Because we can just move.
Yeah.
Hi.
So your question was it more difficult doing more of like a sketch? Is that, or is that what?
Like, was it more nerve-wracking to put it out to the fans knowing that it was so different from something that you've done before?
Yeah, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, doing something completely new and exciting. But we just really felt very strongly about the idea. We were really excited about it. And we've been wanting to do something bigger for a long time, but we just weren't sure about, if we could afford it.
Yeah,
But,
basically.
that's why it took so long to come out, and we just raised the funds and we
Okay,
hung
well,
up
Kate's
on her.
still watching. Is just having problems. Sorry.
Okay, so sorry, one moment. We're having some.
No, Corey, my question is when they
difficulty.
call, I think we should take them off the mic and put them here so they can hear us,
Okay,
and then put
gotcha.
it back.
Okay,
'Cause,
that's
like,
what
I
I'll
don't
do.
think she
Can you hang
hear.
out the?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We've got it.
All right, but she's hopefully watching.
Well, yeah, that was the question.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, you are live with Corey Taylor Talks. Here's Hilly and Hanna. What's your question?
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Hillary. I'm a big fan of yours. How are you doing today?
we're doing good.
good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. About a couple weeks ago, I just joined your Patreon page, and I gotta say I love the work that y'all are doing.
Oh,
I've been a big fan of yours for years.
Thank you
Y'all
so
done an amazing
much.
job on the previous parody.
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate it.
And I want to ask you a couple questions, Hannah and Hillary.
Okay.
So what was the most hardest part of making the Umbrella parody?
The hardest part about making Umbrella Academy
Wait,
parody.
let me go inside. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, so say that again. Say that again.
The hardest part about making Umbrella Academy parody was everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What was, Hillary, I want to ask you this. What was one of the most, I know the Umbrella parody is one of your hardest, but I just want to ask you, what was one of the previous parodies, like that was, like, the most challenging?
The most challenging outside of Umbrella Academy parody?
Yeah, like, what was the most, what was one of the parodies that was most challenging to film and put together?
Oh, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to answer because Umbrella Academy parody was the most challenging by far. So it's kind of hard to now compare because that one just blows them all out of the water.
Right?
I would say maybe the second most challenging might have been Stranger Things parody.
that was pretty difficult.
Just from getting everything screen accurate, because the whole world is based in the 80s. And
Arranging
the locations,
the cameo
the weather.
schedules,
it
the
was
costumes
yeah.
were
Okay.
really hard.
Let me ask you this. Why one of my favorite parodies from y'all has got to be the Walking Dead parody. I'm such a big fan of Walking. I'm a big fan of Walking Dead. Don't get me
Yay.
started with that.
That's awesome.
But I loved the way that Hillary dressed up like Wake Ryan. Like one of my favorite characters in the series.
Like who?
And Wake Ryan.
Oh, Rick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wake Ryan, yes. I gotta say, I really did, because I didn't even know that Hillary could ride horses before I watched the Walking Dead there.
Oh, do I ride horses?
Oh, I love riding horses. I love riding horses. It's like, I go to Colorado, to Estes Park, Colorado every summer, like every August for 2 weeks, for the first 2 weeks of August.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just obsessed with riding horses.
Oh, that's
I ride
awesome.
I ride horses every day while I'm there, like almost every day, because I'm obsessed with riding horses.
Oh, well, yeah,
I
we had a really fun time filming the Walking Dead parody, and the horses were amazing to work with. and we just
see,
had a
that one
blast.
was beautiful.
Yes,
That
she
one was
yes
so
she
beautiful.
was.
Yeah. But thank you so
That
much
was
for
amazing.
calling. We're going to have to let you go because there's a lot of
Okay,
other
I
callers
love you
coming in.
too. It was
But
nice
we
talking
love
to y'all.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for
I
calling.
love you guys.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Aw.
She's so sweet.
Yeah,
I
and
wish I
just
had
so you guys
horses.
know, we're gonna try and keep it down to one question per caller. And if you call back later, maybe we could do it, but just one question at a time. So
Yeah.
we want to get as many people as possible.
Can
so.
Instagram, can you hear us? We're so far away. I don't even know if you guys can hear us. But if you can't hear us, call in. Let's chit chat. And we can't even read your comments from here, but we can watch playback later.
Hello, it's Hilly and Hanna.
Hi.
Who is this?
Hello. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to say first off, I've been a fan since the new parody, so it's been.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Call again. It's from Oregon, right? Okay.
Yeah. You got the phone
Oh, you got the phone
fixed?
fixed? Oh my god.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
All right, this will hopefully be our last call, and then we're gonna take a break, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Find out, but I'm pretty sure we got it now.
Okay.
Okay, I think she hung up. Shoot. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and then we're gonna have a lot better phone time. So
Hopefully.
stick around. Ah,
Well, all right.
There we go.
Well, the phone lines are back open, so if you guys would like to take a call, we're available. But you guys are breaking the phone
Yeah,
lines.
you like broke the phones. What the
So
heck?
congratulations.
No, the box.
oh, is it the box? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just raise
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay.
Someone's calling. Answer.
Hello, it's Hilly and Hanna.
Hi, I actually got through again.
I
Oh,
know.
okay.
We're very, very sorry. You guys are breaking the phones at the
Okay.
radio station.
It's pretty stormy here, so that might be it too.
Oh, I see.
What was your question?
Anyway, I just wanted to know if you could be transported into any world that you have done a parody on, what would you choose and why?
The Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, definitely the Shire. Or, yeah, I think Middle Earth would be the
think
safest
that
for a
would
little
be-
hobbit to
Uh-huh.
kind of be underground. Other than that, I think, some of the other worlds might be a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
I agree.
What about you?
Thank you guys, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, this is, everyone who knows me knows I would choose Twilight World.
Oh.
I'm the biggest Twilight fan, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm just waiting for the day that a vampire tells me he's in the
All right. Clever. Well, thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yay, it worked.
Yay.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. Good.
Uh,
But yeah, no, all your guys' parodies. I mean, for years. I mean, since the Jack Sparrow ones and everything have been great.
Thank you. Do you want to?
Something. Just do.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Just do the intro.
Hi, you're live on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your question?
Hi, I'm a huge fan. I've been watching since I was 12, and my question is for both of you for the Academy. What was the hardest scene to film?
What was the
Oh,
hardest scene to film in the Umbrella Academy parody?
Good question.
I think one of the most difficult was anything to do in the kitchen or the kids' lounge, from what we remember.
Also, the apocalypse scene with all the rubble, it was extremely hot, and to move the massive crane that we had to get most of our shots on would take like 40 minutes for one shot just to move it. So that was a very hot day, and it felt like the apocalypse, let me tell you. But thank you for your question, and thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so happy that you've been watching for so long, so thank
Yeah.
you for being such an awesome fan.
And before my brother actually threw me a shirt. And that thing is my wife, and I'm excited to wear it. And
Oh, yay! I'm so excited to see you in it. Send us a picture. She hung up.
Oh.
I didn't do it. I didn't do anything.
Well, apparently there's storms too around the country, so maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ready? Corey, you're on.
You're live on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
I thought I'm not gonna make it in. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Hi. You guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Hi. This is Shawnee.
Oh, hi, Shawnee.
Hi, Shawnee. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. I wanted to ask the question that's been like wandering my mind. The theater in Umbrella Academy, was that the same theater as Harry Potter parody?
The theater.
No.
Where was there a
the
theater?
makeout scene with Dolores. That was not the same theater that we
Yeah.
shot Harry Potter Friday parody. That was not.
Oh, that was the Harry Potter Friday parody was shot in a church.
No, Hilly.
Hey, oh!
I'm like, what? Oh, Hilly's going to a sketch. Oh, Hilly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I understand now.
That would have been interesting, though.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
No, it is not. It was two separate theaters. But
Oh,
good,
okay.
but
I
Good
was
Eye
wondering.
kind of looks similar,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't, but yeah. Unfortunately, the contact we had at the old the old movie theater, didn't work there anymore. So we've kind of been on our own with regards to movie theaters.
All right. That's like the only question I had to ask.
No, it's a good question.
It's a
It's
good
interesting.
question, yeah.
Thanks, Shawnee, for calling.
We miss you, Shawnee, and we
Welcome.
hope to see you soon.
Love you.
Love you
too.
too. Bye.
Bye.
That's so cool. Your fans are so dedicated. We can't even talk. Hi, this is Corey Taylor at Talks. You're live with Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Anna. My question is, when you guys were filming the Umbrella Academy parody, did you ever think that you're not going to finish it?
Oh, Lord.
Not filming. It was. What
I don't
happened?
know. It keeps doing that. It's so crazy.
I think you guys are breaking the phone.
You're breaking an Apple. You're screwing up Apple. That's
we'll
already a
just
big
answer.
accomplishment.
I am so sorry. We got cut off with the last person, but hello, you're next. What's your name?
Oh, hey. I'm Faith.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you all?
We're doing
good.
wonderful. What was your question?
Okay, so I know that both of you played Vanya and Prize in the parody.
Yes.
Did you guys have to do anything to get into that mental headspace of those characters?
How did we get into the mental headspace of the characters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a
That's a-
really good question.
That's a deep question. you
Yeah,
got there.
it's interesting though. For me, I was able to I just had to study the character a lot. So it was a lot of studying Aiden and his mannerisms and his body movements and little characteristics like that would help me get more into the character, because I knew it was going to be more than just lip syncing this time. It was like full blown acting. So I had to just do a lot of studying. What about you, Hannah?
It's almost the same thing. I just kept envisioning Ellen Page in my head with her facial expressions, and I would think about it and I would try to portray it. And my other thing was I was trying to think of how she might have felt like the character, because she was put on, drugs to like suppress her powers. So she's kind of, in a way, I feel like slightly depressed all the time. So I was like,
That's
I feel
a
like
good, yeah.
I have to kind of like play everything down. Like I'm more chill about everything. Like when the family was arguing about the coffee, I tried to just be like, hey, everyone, it's totally fine. We can totally fix this. So, yeah, that was kind of, I guess, how we got our characters. We study a lot. We try to take from the actors or actresses themselves.
So kudos to Ellen and Aiden for doing an amazing job. Both are very, very talented actors, and we loved playing in their world, even if it was for just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
question.
shout out to both of you for doing such a great job. Like, that was absolutely amazing.
Well, thank
Oh,
you.
thank
That means a
you.
lot to us. Thank you so much. Have a great rest
Thank
of your
you so
day.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, new rules. If you're answering the question,
Yes, I will
do it.
tap it.
We're both like I play whack-a-mole.
I think you have to let it ring, and it has to go beep, beep, and you have to like wait a moment. Then, because I think
Got
when you go
it.
too fast, like somehow it was freaking out.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're like trying to figure things out over here on our
Sorry,
phone line.
everybody.
And if you hear someone's on the phone, maybe stop calling until after they hang up, just so it's a little
That's how
less
I
interruptive.
I
So
was always on a. There was a this Christian station on when I was a little girl, and people would call in to say like, hey, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, and they would be always like, oh, the phone lines are bogged down. But I was smart enough, like right when I would hear bye, click, boom,
Then you
I
call.
would
That's
get
right.
through.
That's
and
right.
they were like, how do you get through every year?
United Kingdom. Okay.
Uh-oh, it's probably...
Hi, you're live with Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your question? What's your name and what's your question?
It's Kate again. I didn't think
I was like, oh no, I hope she got through. We felt so bad. We didn't know what happened. But we have a...
Okay, well,
Go ahead, Kate.
well, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. So I have another question. Is there a perfect moment from the filming of the parody that you think will be the best moment in the gag reel?
Is there
Oh,
is
is
there
there
a
a-
moment?
Is there a moment that she thinks is going to be a perfect like section for the gag reel when that eventually comes out?
I'm not really quite sure. I haven't watched the raw footage.
Oh, I know.
What is it?
It was the part where Five goes shopping for Dolores for the blouse.
Oh yeah, there's a bit more to that than in behind the scenes, isn't there?
There's a lot of outtakes from that. Hilly could not take it seriously at all.
And then
That doesn't surprise me.
I think there's just a lot of people just waiting for airplanes, which was not touched on at all for the behind the scenes. And I think what's funny about it is that we just have hours and hours of hold, airplane, plane, hold, and like you can just see the actors, we're so into the character. And it's just like you get so mad because you're about to say your line and they're like plane and you're like, oh my god, I can't even say my line.
Or we would hold and they'd say, okay, the planes have gone. You need to go right now because there's going to be a break before the next planes take off. And like some random jet would be flying over right when we're ready again. And it was just so frustrating. I think we held for planes. That's what took up the whole film
Yeah,
shoot.
holding for planes. But thank you, Kate, so much for calling in.
It's like the card from Stranger Things parody.
Oh,
yeah.
it's worse.
No,
it
it
was
was worse.
It
No,
was worse.
We'd rather deal with cars than planes.
It was worse. There was a plane every 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and so we had to deliver our lines fairly quickly before they were like, you got to hurry up or there's a plane coming.
Oh, I'm so glad I got through again.
I
Yeah,
know,
we
we're
are
so
too.
happy.
Okay, I love you, miss you.
Love
right,
you, miss
love
you
you
too.
too.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
She is like one of our number one fans
That's awesome.
in the world.
Well, she's paying international phone
Yeah.
She must be pretty good.
Super sweet.
That's awesome. Your fans are really just out of this world. They're so supportive.
No, I
And
know.
some of them have been, there's a fairly amount of new people, which is super
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
this one,
people
we got
always,
a lot of new people.
That's awesome.
Which we were like, that's great. We're growing.
Yeah. You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Oh my gosh, hi, my name is Lindsay. This is crazy.
Hello.
I was wondering, what is it like being on both sides of the camera, being like an actress as well as being the director from like a film person myself? I was just curious.
Oh, well, thank you for calling in. We're happy to hear from you. We kind of wear a bunch of different hats when doing Hillywood.
We wear too many hats.
We wear too many hats, too many roles and things. But it's, we were just recently we did an appearance on a little show not too long ago. And it was really weird just sitting there and not doing anything. And we saw the crew running around and the director running around. And it felt very odd to us because we're so used to being...
I felt like I was being lazy.
Yeah, we're
Like,
so used
why
to...
am I sitting down?
Yeah, working hard and saying, okay, can I see the monitor? Let me approve the shot. How's the lighting? And it was very odd just sitting there and dangling our legs on a pair of stools. It's very odd.
I felt weird.
That's so interesting. I just want to say that you guys are a huge inspiration for me to start films, so thank you so much.
Oh, well, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. And we hope you succeed. And I know you will, especially if you have the passion for it.
Thank you so much.
Aw.
You're welcome.
Well,
Have a
thank you
great
for
day.
calling in. Bye-bye.
Thank you too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so someone just sent me an Instagram story this morning to
Yes.
the Hillywood show. And it says, I saw a projector screen and it said, watching Hillywood's behind the scenes in film and tech class.
Oh, wow.
Right? I was like, I didn't even go to school. Because I couldn't afford afford it. So
Yeah,
you know the
absolutely,
whole
yeah.
story. We did it ourselves, and that's how
That's
we've.
pretty
And so
cool.
I feel beyond honored that our
That's
work is
great.
being shown, and like I didn't even maybe properly learn it all at the same time like
still
they
stuff,
are. You
yeah.
know.
There's still stuff on set that I say like the wrong term for the wrong word, and they go, "You mean this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? And they just laugh at me. I'm like, "You know what I mean? You've worked with me long enough." Friends and volunteers.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
So I'm Anna. I'm back again. I got cut off.
Hi Anna, congrats for getting
Hi Anna, you got cut off. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
We're doing wonderful.
We're doing very good. Trying to recover.
Okay. I did. All right. I'm gonna ask my question again, and hopefully we'll pray. So either by writing it or directing it or just producing it, did you guys ever feel like you couldn't finish it?
Oh, that's
Oh,
what your
that was the question. Was.
Yeah, when we were filming, we felt like we could finish it, but it was the post production.
Post production. I almost
that I think
it
was
felt
the
like it's never gonna come out. That's what it felt like.
I think it was the first two weeks of digital grading that that's when you color all the footage and everything like that. That we realized that each day we were only getting about one shot done, not even a scene, like one shot done over an 8-hour day, because there were so many elements that needed to be colored and taken the time. And I remember I looked at her and I was like, this is probably not going to come out till like ever. And we got a little worried, and Hannah was like, it's going to come out, you just got to hustle. And boy, did we hustle, and we worked we didn't even take one day off.
Digital
Sunday.
grading takes about 2 to 3 weeks, and it took 2 months to do. And sitting there for 8 to 9 hours every day, staring at someone's face or hair or clothes or whatever it may need to be, you start losing your mind. And I think we were at least about 6 weeks in, and Hilly looked like she was going to have a meltdown, and she's like, what do we do? And I go, there is nothing you can do. You just have to keep going. And she's like, but what if, I'm like, don't talk, just do. Like, there's no option at that point. I'm like, you just keep going. Well, I wanted it to come out on this date or that date. And I said, it doesn't matter. Fans will wait. They'll understand, because we want to bring you guys the best of the best. So we thought we were going to lose our minds just a little bit.
I just wanted to tell you before I go that I actually started watching you guys over the summer, and I was like, I need to join their Patreon because they're absolutely incredible.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you.
And like, I'm currently at university, and I've been showing all my friends your videos, and they're falling in love. So.
Oh, that makes us feel so good, and thank you for supporting us. I mean, we can't do it without fans like you. That's the only thing that's keeping us going. So I appreciate it more than you know.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, and I hope you have a good Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good to you too. Bye.
Bye.
For a minute, I couldn't get the phone.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
like, oh no.
I was trying to tap it to keep it on because it is.
You have a lot of voicemails.
People are leaving voicemail.
You're gonna be like,
It's okay.
You guys, if you leave a voicemail, try to call back rather than, because I don't think we'll be able to call you back.
We're not gonna call you back.
So try to call back, because this is not our personal phone. So this poor young lady is gonna have
She's donated her phone for the evening.
for the cause.
That's right. But it's all worth it to have you guys on. And I'm just so happy, too, that your fans get to talk to you, too, because, like I said, they're just amazing. And you guys really care about them, and they care about you. And it's a great relationship you have with them.
Yeah, we don't have a sponsor or a company behind us. It's literally just been on our own for many, many years. And they've allowed us to make some of the biggest ones we've ever done, basically, is because everyone steps in and says, I'll just give $2, I'll give $1, whatever they're led to give.
Australia.
Oh, my gosh. Hi, you're live on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Oh, hi, my name's Claire. I actually have been spending so long trying to find my international SIM card. I'm from Australia.
Oh my God, you're from Australia. That's amazing.
Yeah, I literally just woke up. It's really early in the morning.
Oh, wow. Rise and shine. Hello.
So my question is, do you have any advice for aspiring filmmakers or actors?
Oh,
wow.
For filmmakers, especially if they're, wanting to do something, the best advice we can give is that just start creating things with your friends, get yourself a camera, but something that's cheap. I mean, you can even film it on your iPhone, and these are just for starters, like just start experiencing how it is like on a set, or interacting with your friends, or directing. Do you like cinematography? Do you like directing? Do you like lighting? And you kind of discover yourself in that area. The same with acting. If you feel comfortable, you can take some acting classes. If you don't feel comfortable, you can just start reading some scripts and getting involved with character perspectives. But we do say, like, don't just go jump into an agent's, office, or, a manager's office right away without even discovering who you are as a person, what you want for a career. And if someone just randomly is like, hey, I can, offer you this and offer you that, and I'm an agent and la la la, you need to like really be careful, because it is kind of scary out there. So really take your time. Really,
definitely.
Really take your time. Have like a close person that you can trust who, helps you along your journey, and just most of all, have fun. Because once you don't have fun, then it's too much homework, and that's not fun.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for calling. Bye.
Bye.
You guys are awesome. Bye.
Bye. I wonder what time it is in Australia right now.
I think they're like almost 24 hours.
18 hours
my goodness.
ahead.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
12, 13, 14, 15,
I
16.
can't even do the
Like
math.
7 in the morning?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like about 7, I think, in the
I'm just
morning.
literally counting the clock. I'm not
I was
doing
like,
the
oh,
math.
wow, you're really...
No.
Wow, she's got good math.
No. I was literally counting the hands.
Here you go.
It's 6 or 7-ish,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
That's awesome.
That's so sweet that she called.
Anyway,
It's
yeah,
very
about
far
our
away.
fans is that our fans are just, because we just did an event in Utah, and it's weird because a lot of people say, like, what are your demographics? And we don't really know how to pinpoint it, because we'll have, we'll have teens, we'll have 13 to 17-year-olds, and then we have a huge chunk 18 to 24. But then we also get people in their 40s, 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I love, and he's like, I love the fandom, I love what you guys do, and it's cool because Hillywood's like a big umbrella for
Umbrella.
Hey!
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi. We can hear you.
I think there's a radio or something turned on loud in your background. Do you think you could turn that down for us?
Oh, yeah, just give me 1 second.
Thank
Okay.
you. I learned that from SOS. I used to call on radio stations, and they would always say, turn off your radio.
Yeah.
Because it said there's a delay.
Yeah.
I am so sorry about that. I am getting ready to have a performance actually soon, and I have to wait 2 hours to do it, so I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Oh,
no
you're
worries.
fine.
You're absolutely fine. We can hear you loud and clear now. What's your question?
I just wonder, it's like, how did you guys get started in the Hillywood show?
How did the Hillywood show get started?
Well, the Hillywood show started in 2006. That's a very long time ago. I know. And basically, Hilly entered a contest years ago on AOL. Now AOL, folks. Way back when, and they were saying, if you win this contest, you can win your own web show. And YouTube did not exist at that point. So Hilly entered something that was small and sketch-like with some movie characters and called it Hillywood. And from there, we placed 3rd place, and they said, hey, there's this new platform. We were getting emails from fans that had voted for us and said, you need to put it on YouTube. I would totally watch a show if you made one. And there you go. We put it onto YouTube, and here we are 13 years later, still creating. And that's Hillywood in a nutshell.
That's crazy.
What?
So that was a great question.
Amazing. Thank you so much for asking my question. I didn't think I would ever get the chance to meet you two or talk to you guys today.
Well, it's great hearing your voice, and it's nice meeting you through the telephone. And thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
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 you could have held and accepted the per person calling in.
I'm just trying to like make it work.
And it's funny, whenever we hang up,
It's
there's
nerve-wracking,
nobody.
yeah.
And then when people call, it's like, then there's like 12
You're on
people.
Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Oh, hi Hannah. I'm Hannah.
Hey, I already know that. I have a question for you.
What's your question?
So, my question is, what's your favorite part that you did in The Hobbit?
In the Hobbit parody or the Lord of the Rings parody?
The Hobbit parody.
The Hobbit parody. Oh boy. That was, for me, I enjoyed it because I was surrounded by 12 different men. And it was there was so much testosterone on set and so many guy jokes and humor and just total chaos. And I was like the little female hobbit who had to be a little bit calm for everybody. But I think that's what was fun. It was just a fun set, and we shot it in one day. Murder us.
Oh my.
Yeah. Now we shoot in like 12 days.
Now we shoot in 12 days. But back then we had a smaller budget, and all the dwarves and Gandalf said, basically, everyone goes, we're only available today. And we're like, but the dwarves are together all the time. And they said, well, we need to film it in one day. And we said, okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes. And then we just kept telling them as we were filming, they would say, how much longer? And we would say, we're about halfway. We're about halfway. And we were never halfway.
No,
we
I
just
just
kept
kept
telling them that
to keep
because
them
we
going.
knew how long. And I think, that was like probably from 6 a.m. from makeup for them to like
It was till
3
2
a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore because that was really unprofessional. But that's when we were just starting off, and that's just what you have to do. And it was just a bunch of boys and friends crammed in a little styrofoam hobbit house.
It was super fun, though.
But thank you so much for calling in, Hannah. It was nice hearing from you.
Oh, you made my day.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good Merry Christmas.
You too, you guys.
Bye.
Love you. Good luck.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name's Caitlin. I forgot to tell you guys this earlier, and my group chat is actually encouraging me to tell you. That group chat that I just mentioned, I met through the Hillywood show, and these guys are literally my best friends. Like, I turn to them for everything. We turn to each other for everything, and without you guys, that wouldn't be possible. So I just wanted to let you guys know that and let you know that you guys are really, like, changing lives, whether that's career-wise or friend-wise or anything like that. And we all love and appreciate you so much. So just wanted to let you guys know that.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. That means a lot.
That just made our day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was
So
sweet.
sweet. Wow.
Yeah.
I have some sunshine in my day.
Wow.
So you guys are creating friendships then too. That's good.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty
Making them
bizarre.
more positive, which
Yeah,
is very
like,
needed.
Like when we do our events, like there's people that all of a sudden we were thinking these people were grouped and coming up to meet us, and we're like, oh, it's nice to meet you, and we think they're a group, and they're like, no, we just met. Like they cling together like our fans because you can find, I like Doctor Who.
Goes
you
back
like
to
Doctor
the
Who.
umbrella topic.
I like Umbrella
that we were
Academy. Well,
talking
did you
about.
like their Walking Dead? Like,
Yeah,
they can relate to Hillywood.
It's like a whole bunch of fandoms under one name,
That's true.
and that's what's really exciting is that no matter if you watch The Walking Dead or Harry Potter, you can all come together and relate to a thing, and that's really unique and exciting. And
Yeah.
so that's why we were
it's
like,
fun.
it's cute, and we have our little fans that we know who are the Whovians, we know who are the Super Who-Lock, just by looking at what they have on and stuff, and that's what it's so fun to celebrate that.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Mackenzie, and before my question, I just want to say I love you guys so much. Thank you for answering my call.
Oh,
you're welcome.
Thanks for calling in.
I've been waiting for so long.
Sorry, we had a lot of calls coming in.
And the radio station's phone is down, so we're doing it the
Old-fashioned way.
Call forward.
So
What was your question?
My question, question is about the Suicide Squad parody.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So how was it like being Harley, and was it like just getting in her mindset and everything?
Let me try to remember. Yeah, Harley was fun. I felt really, you feel really dolled up and really pretty. The only thing is, for me, it was a bit uncomfortable because, like, the high heels, the fishnets,
high heels.
the bras, like things like that. It just gets a little uncomfortable. And it was a lot with the tattoos and the whole body airbrushing. But once I was in costume and set, she was really fun and very bubbly and smiley, and it was just like me being hyper, and I really liked that.
Yeah, because you were a lot, almost like your personality.
Yeah, so it was fun, and she was great, but it was just more of the pain of getting into costume that I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Yes.
Can I go back to playing boys?
I'm the same way whenever I cosplay as Harley. Like, she's so much fun for me to, like, portray. And I felt like she was fun for you, too.
But it's just the costume that made me kind of go, do I really, how eager.
Many more days of filming do I have?
how eager am I to jump back into those high heels? But she was fun, and I loved playing opposite of Kane, who was the Joker, who freaking nailed it. And I love that man to death, and he's a really good friend of mine. So we just got along, and I was just blessed to have him on set.
I love Kane, too.
Well, he would be so thrilled to hear that. But thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, I haven't talked about Suicide Squad in a long time.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, you didn't. It was your fault.
I was like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, because that's all I remember is, like, yeah, she was fun and smiling, but I remember the whole time, like, if your fishnets were, like, crooked on your toe,
Yeah.
and then the high heels,
you
and then I
injured
pulled my
your
ligaments in my
ligament.
ankle.
Oh.
Yeah, not fun.
Sure.
Hi, you're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello?
Hi, sorry.
How are you?
I didn't realize you'd pick up. Hi, my name's Katie Smith, and my question is, do you think you're going to be doing an Umbrella Academy musical?
Umbrella Academy musical.
Well, we have 3 musical segments in this one. A whole musical. That's a lot to ask for. Wow.
I mean,
Just like the Supernatural parody one, you know?
Yeah. We thought about doing that for the Umbrella Academy parody, but when I was going through the script, it just didn't feel right. It felt wrong and forced and like not very true to the characters and of the show. So that's why we made it differently, and we really wanted to celebrate their unique characters and have lines, because I think that's what makes Umbrella Academy really special, is Steve Blackman's vision of them and how he infiltrated the music as well. And that's what we wanted to implement in our direction with the Umbrella Academy parody. But with that being said, who knows, maybe around season 2 or in the future, maybe I'll get a big vision for a kind of like more of like the music video way. But for this one, we just felt so happy to, kind of spread our wings and go into a whole other can of worms, and we really enjoyed that. But you never know.
You gotta feel the vibe.
Yes, exactly. You gotta feel the vibe.
Go with the feels.
Alright, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Your phone is so nice and loud. Like my iPhone, I'm like, but then again, I'm still on the 6. So I don't know if they've updated it.
I am too.
I have like dinosaur
Or the
phone.
old ladies, like, we don't want to change.
No, I understand. Oh, yeah.
Massachusetts.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi.
Hello there.
I just wanted to say that my favorite parody was the Supernatural first parody.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, what was your guys' hardest part to do with that parody?
In-
Hardest part.
In Supernatural parody, the original.
Yes.
Man, you
Yes.
guys are making us go back by years.
Well, that's a really good
I
question.
know, which was really hard.
What was hard for you, Hannah?
The whole driving with the Impala
I
down
was
the mountain
just
road.
about to say that.
Yeah, that
All
entire
the Impala
all the
scenes.
Impala interior scenes where Dean is singing or Sam's there. It was like Hilly and Osric. Basically, me and the cameraman are in the back seat on the floor on top of each other because we had to keep pulling over after every take to check the
resetting.
footage to make
Yeah.
sure everything came out right. Did the camera move? Did the light hit
the
it
shot
wrong?
still right?
Is
Yeah.
it blurry? It was a nightmare. So little tiny Hannah Cass was on top of the cameraman the entire time in all of those shots in the back seat. So that was the most challenging for at least me.
Yeah, same. But I enjoyed it. I was having fun, but it was just a difficult shoot with regards to everything. I mean, so much so to where we had to remove the rear view mirror because it was blocking the shot of the boys from the front. So we had to take it off for a couple scenes and, drive in reverse. And the Impala almost got stuck in a ditch. So it was fun, but it was very trying. But I was smiling ear to ear the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Hilly, Osric,
I
come
know,
on! And
we
all
were
I kept
just
doing was laughing and giggling. I'm like, you guys, like the sun is
And we
going
were making
down.
fun of Hannah because she was dressed like Castiel. And if you haven't seen Hannah in person as Castiel, it's the cutest thing because she's like pint-sized Misha. And it was adorable. And me and Osric the whole time were just making fun of her in the Impala as she stood like 12 yards away flapping her hands and telling us to turn on and off the car. And we were like, oh, we're playing pantomime. What is she saying? And we were being like, naughty on purpose. We're like, turn on the car. Oh, no, turn off the car. Oh, you want us to do the Macarena? And she was like, stop it! So it was fun. And it's good memories.
Yeah, that
but
one
good
that one's
question.
memories.
Thank you.
Good question.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
That took me way back.
Yeah.
My years. I went way back. Like it was like the road. The
God,
hardest.
that's almost
5 years ago.
Oh my God, almost. But no, not until like next May. So it's still 4.5-ish.
It's
a little
more
bit
than
more
that.
than 4.5.
We'll just say
A
5.
little bit more than that.
So you guys been doing this for 13 years. That's crazy.
I know.
I'm sorry, Corey.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hannah. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name's Emily.
Hello,
Hi,
Emily.
Emily.
How do you guys come up with the ideas for the parodies?
Oh, well, that's a question for Hilly. Hilly is the one that comes up with all the ideas, and then I just make them happen.
I don't really have a set way. I just think I was wired a little bit differently when God made me, and He gave me a little too much creativity. And I've always been a daydreamer, so I'm constantly daydreaming and, envisioning things, and it just so happened to be the Hillywood show. Is there a more specific answer you would like me to give? Because I really don't know how I do it.
Well, I don't know how to explain it, but so you have the supernatural show, right? How do you know which? Shoot, I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it.
You're saying, how do I combine it all?
Kind of how do you decide which parts that you guys want to make happen?
Oh, what
In your
scenes do
parody.
you want to do in that production? Why are those the ones chosen?
Yeah, basically.
I really not sure. I think I'm just as lost as you are. I don't really know how it all works. All I know is that when we go to script or when we're listening to music, it's just seeing visions and not forcing things in. I'm okay, and now I'm seeing the boys dancing, and I want them to be doing the dance moves from the convention that Jared and Jensen do. And it's gonna cut to Mark Pellegrino, except he's gonna be the Slimer in the Ghostbuster hallway. I don't really know, and I'm really sorry, and I wish I could bottle it up for you and package it and be this is exactly what goes through my head, but I think I'm a little insane. So maybe if you put me in a straitjacket and sat me down and and calmed me down a bit, I could probably pick it apart. But other than that, it's quite a creature, and I'm not really sure how it ticks.
Well, Oh, it's amazing, and I love you guys so much.
You're amazing.
Thank
Hilly. Your insanity is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I worked hard for my insanity.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Bye.
That is so hard to answer.
I know, because
I don't know.
No, you don't sit there and say something has to fit this.
It was a bit different with the script. The script kind of slowed things down a little bit, and you had to, in a sense, go, okay, well, I have to get this character from point A to point B. How do we make it to there? Like, if we already knew the She's a Lady segment is involved from Tom Jones, how do we get him to meet the family? What are the spots to fill in before that? How do you stitch it together? So that helps a bit more.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Teddy,
Hi.
and I'm actually watching you live right now at home.
Oh, on our live stream on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna wave, but I think we're a little bit delayed, so
Okay. What was your most favorite parody you have made?
Our most favorite,
How so?
Yeah, like, was it our there's two different categories: most favorite to film or most favorite after product.
After product.
Oh, good question.
Mine is, this is Hannah. Mine is Umbrella Academy parody. It blew my mind when it was out and done. I was shell-shocked, basically, with how it all
doesn't
turned
even
out.
feel like
It doesn't
ours,
feel like
no.
ours. And my other favorite one is Suicide Squad parody.
Ooh.
That was a good one.
I like Umbrella Academy parody as well, only because it's so cinematic, and like I said, it doesn't even feel like our footage because it turned out way better than what we thought. And I really enjoy Sherlock parody because when I watch it, back, I'm like, oh my god, there's so many scenes in here, my head's about to explode. And yeah, I think what was my other Supernatural parody 2 is one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Oh God, that would be hard to choose.
Well, you made us do it. It's your turn now.
My favorite is the Hocus Pocus.
Yay!
That's our little golf clap here.
We're clapping for you in studio.
That was our first production that was put on by our patrons.
Yeah.
That one's very, very special to us. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that movie. I actually watch it every single Halloween with my mom and my family. So that's why I loved it so much.
You got to get into the feels. You have to watch that every Halloween.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Well, thanks for calling. Good question.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Tradition.
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 The son's daughters.
Fiddler on the Roof, for those of you who are not. Hey! You guys should see him in the booth over here.
Yeah, John,
have a
amazing
dancer over
producer.
You should audition. Go on Broadway.
There you go. Yeah.
You can do it.
And he can be a rich man. You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, Hilly and Hanna. This is Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Good. My question is, what was your funnest scene to do in the Umbrella Academy parody?
One of the
most
most
enjoyable
fun.
scenes or funnest scene in Umbrella Academy parody.
Ooh. Sorry, we're thinking, because this is such a new production for us, we haven't been asked a couple of these questions.
For me, this is Hilly. For me, I really enjoyed shooting in Five's bedroom just because it felt so real to me. I felt like I was on Netflix's set, which doesn't really happen on Hillywood. And it just, it was so much easier to get into character. And also, Oh, another fun scene. I really enjoyed doing the park stuff with Dolores. You know, for the She's a Lady segment, with the little wagon. It was such beautiful weather, and we were out of the studio. And whenever you go out of the studio, you just feel so much more alive because you were kind of trapped, trapped in a box for quite some time. So it was very fun to go out. It was very fun. Is that a word? I don't know. It was
That's okay.
really fun to go out and enjoy your time.
It was funner.
In the fresh air.
I really truly enjoyed shooting on the sets. It was amazing, but after being on sets for a long time, it can become exhausting to where you feel like you're trapped, like Hilly said. But the one thing that blew my mind was the mansion that we shot out for Vanya's staircase. And also the scene of 5 walking up with Dolores, because that was an actual location. We didn't have to build that. We got a bunch of history on that mansion, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
love
for
it.
calling, Stephanie.
You're welcome, and send love to everybody in your family.
I
We
sure
will.
will. Hope you're doing good.
Bye.
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 That's super
That's
sweet.
cool. And where did you actually film the Umbrella Academy parody?
Vegas for the studio stuff, and then for all the apocalypse stuff, that was in California.
Oh, wow.
And then for the park sequence, not Dancing with Dolores, but for the park with his, the big fountain, and also the mansion was in Minnesota.
Oh my God.
Oh,
wow.
Because I was like, we need a mansion, and she's like, we're not going to build the set. And I go, well, it's cheaper to fly to get a room and
Wow.
stay,
That's how much cheaper
and
it
to
would be,
shoot in a set rather,
Yeah,
or
I'm not
on
even
the
kidding.
mansion.
Especially if you build stairs that you
Yeah,
have to walk on.
It's weird. It's
Yeah,
like this
that's
fine
true.
line now
Yeah.
of do we build the bedroom or do we find a spot?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it turned out amazing.
Well,
Because
thank you.
it was so authentic, too. That was what's amazing. And like you said, the cinematography was just out of this world. You guys did
Oh, wow.
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thank
Goodness.
you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I felt like you were really watching the show, and that's a difficult thing to pull off.
It was weird because, we do it, but once we had it on screen and once we digitally grade it,
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, it was a digital grading.
that really,
I mean,
if
you
I showed
know-
you the raw footage, you would be like, yay, but it doesn't, something looks weird. Like the coloring looks off.
Yeah.
Something's just not Umbrella Academy parody or Umbrella Academy. And so that's what happens is like when you look at the tones of different shows from Breaking Bad to the Stranger Things, sorry, it didn't really come to me, and Umbrella Academy, the colors really stand out without even noticing it. And when we
very
went
true.
and we brought all the characters in and we have them on a plate, it's like they look good. But once I started coloring it, it was like there they are. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
You appreciate
It's
shows
bizarre.
so much.
And even when you see behind the scenes photos of like Lord of the Rings or, different shows or movies that you watch, you go, that's the color of the
Right.
costume. Like, how come
Yeah.
it looks different?
Exactly.
And that's, when you go into costume making, you realize, oh, like 5's suit is actually this because it reflects like this under the lights. So his suit is much lighter than what we expected. We thought it was going to be, really dark.
Right.
Yeah, but then we started finding behind the scenes photos without grading.
Without
And you go,
grading.
oh my gosh.
And
like
what-
it's a lighter,
And
like
what-
a navy-ish blue, light blue.
interesting.
It was
What
weird.
would happen is if you had a dark suit, once you digitally grade it, he'd look like he was in a black suit. So see, it's like this
Gotcha.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like you put
Yeah.
like glasses on. That's how we try to explain to people is you have this object, now put on those glasses that they put as like a filter kind
Yeah.
of. But it's not a filter. Ours are like all custom made. It's a nightmare.
I think 5's suit was one of the hardest that we've ever material. I mean, I was anal,
Yeah, you were.
but I was like in
He's
the
like,
sun,
"Yeah, right."
out of the sun,
And
in
then she'd
studio.
go, okay,
out of
so
studio.
that's the
This is the
material
one.
we're
No,
gonna
this is
use.
the one. No, this is
she
the
come
one.
back, I think, and I'm like, okay, but when she comes back 8 times, and
Yeah.
I decided,
Yeah.
I'm like, you said that 8
Yeah.
times, please just make a decision.
It came from LA too because they don't even have the fabric here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was hard. He was hard. 5, you were hard.
Here on Corey Taylor Talks, you're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
This is Tessa. I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say that my friend, back when they lived in Nevada, they actually took dance lessons from you guys.
Whoa. Very many years ago, I'm guessing.
Wow. And how did you find us? Through your friends or just on your own?
On my own. I was like, have you seen the new Umbrella Academy thing? And they're like, yeah, you know what's really weird?
Oh, that's
So
bizarre.
I was like, you know them?
Oh, that's bizarre.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
someone approached us at the airport after we were done with Umbrella Academy parody flying back home from Minnesota, and it was a young girl, and she came up to us and she's like, "Are you, Hilly and Hanna?" And I went, "Yeah," and I was thinking, "Oh, it's because of the show." And she goes, "You used to teach me dance," and I was like, "What?" Like, it's so random now because now anyone who approaches you think it has to be for Hillywood, and this wasn't. It was
Yeah.
like,
Or,
I
hi,
had
you
no
should...
idea- I had no clue that you guys did like dance lessons or anything.
oh, yeah, that's how we make a living. Yeah, the Hillywood show is not what funds us. We have to have part-time jobs at the same time until we're in that position where Hillywood can hopefully be our career. We are unable to, just take time for Hillywood. We have to focus on our own
our bills.
well-being.
Our bills.
Our bills. But
That's
hope
insane. I had no clue.
yeah, that's why we're fan funded, because we don't have
I
a
just
sponsor
remember
behind us.
watching like the Doctor Who show over and over again, like for a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Well,
So,
thanks for
that's how I
calling. It's
remember
nice chatting with you.
It was nice chatting with you guys too. I did not expect that.
Well, we didn't either, so we're both on the same page.
Oh. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to tell her, like, this girl comes up and she was like, "Hi, you taught me." And I'm like staring at her. I'm like, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "When did I teach you?" She's like, "When I was like 5." And she was like 12.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Oh,
That's funny.
my goodness. I feel so old right now."
No, I know probably about 5 different people that took dance classes from you.
Oh my gosh.
Weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, especially because I used to watch the Twilight parodies like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Twilight.
But all my friends are obsessed with it, and they're like, I took dance classes with that. I was like, are you serious? So I know literally probably 5 different people.
Oh, that's so crazy.
That's so funny.
What's
Oh.
the station number?
It's right over there to your left.
Hi, caller. You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. Hilly's a little busy right now, but you're talking to Hannah. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello there.
Hi, I just wanted to know what your favorite parody was.
What our favorite parody was? How so?
We're
Like,
still on the air.
you've done Supernatural, Stranger Things, The Umbrella Academy. Which is like your favorite one that you've ever done?
Like, what was the most fun to create?
Yeah.
Or the
Well, we already kind
Okay.
of answered the other one about
Yeah.
visually what
the
we liked.
most enjoyable to create without any snags or bumps in the road was Sherlock parody. I don't know how or why we went to freaking London and it was still. I mean, there was some hiccups. But it was one of the smoothest.
Wrinkled out. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, okay, just like push that wrinkle out. Okay, the wrinkle's gone.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this wrinkle is not going to uncrease.
Yeah, me and Hannah we've been thinking about doing a podcast where we just narrow down every parody and we tell everybody what went wrong and what went right, because I don't think we go too much in detail over the whole
Well, you have to like
journey.
sometimes sit down. You don't capture it on the behind the scenes camera, or you do, but no one's gonna understand because like half of it was
To
cut
put
off.
it in short, we got in a small car crash in Sherlock parody. So, I mean, that's something that we should. We did.
Oh,
To put it lightly.
we did. There was a car accident on our way to location.
But you have to listen to the podcast that's never going to be released. Download it now, even though it's not even in.
Even though it does not exist.
Even though it doesn't exist, download it. But yeah, we have lots of stories, but the most easy and smooth was
I think
Sherlock
the
parody.
best memories was like Sherlock parody, because every single production, we'll giggle about something like, let's just say from Umbrella Academy, or we giggle about Supernatural, but I'm not gonna lie, like over the years they've gotten harder and harder, and I mean this last one kicked our
Booties.
kicked it bad. But Sherlock just went so smooth that we can look back and smile and have good feelings, like warm feelings, not like, oh God, I remember that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd have to say Sherlock parody. I agree with you.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It was good hearing from you.
Good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi. How was it like filming the Supernatural parody 1 and 2?
How was it? Well, is there a specific answer you'd like us to give? Because that's a very broad, question, and I could answer it for days.
Like working with Jared and Jensen and everyone who was in Supernatural.
There it is. That helps a lot.
That's the answer.
It helps me narrow down a lot more because it's such a big journey. Working with the cast of Supernatural has been the most life-changing experience for us. I honestly don't even know how it happened. You know, yes, of course I know, but when you keep zooming out of the bigger picture, I don't know why us and why, you know, we were blessed with their talent and their willingness to work with us. But we just thank God for that opportunity because I can't call it anything other than a miracle.
It was supernatural.
It was definitely supernatural. And those boys are the most kind souls you'll ever meet, the most genuine. And I'm not just saying this because, they've worked with me and they were on Hillywood. I'm saying this from the bottom of my toes to the tip of, my heart. Like, I love them so much, and they've done nothing but support us and treated us with so much kindness and welcomed us when we're not even a part of the show.
And they never have made us feel less than.
Right, yeah.
Just because we're on YouTube, we didn't have school, they pretty much would just show up and say, like, what do you need me to do? And
well, we had school, not film school.
Well, no, film school.
We didn't have school. we learned our ABCs.
Yes, we did. But they always made us feel like we knew what we were doing. It was just a really great working relationship when we had them on set, because they would say, is that what you want? Do you want me to do it again? And we would say, yeah, try it this way or that way. And they'd say, absolutely, whatever you want. Like, they just believed in how it would turn out, even though
they
didn't
trusted us.
they just trust us.
And that's bizarre. You know, usually people are like wanting a script and pen to paper and details, and these boys were like, hey, what do you want us? We want us to in Ghostbusters suits, you got it.
That was literally Jared and Jensen's pitch was, you're wearing Ghostbuster suits and you bust down a door. And
that was it.
And they're like, there's no lines. We're like, don't worry about that right now.
We're still scripting.
And they were just like, okay.
But yeah, they're a blessing, and the whole entire cast. I know we're just focused on Jared and Jensen right now, but the whole entire cast is. I mean, if you ever have the chance, go and meet them. You won't regret it. They are a loving bunch of people, and yeah, I hope everyone has the opportunity to at least cross paths with one of them.
I only wish everybody the best,
yeah,
because I know that the series is going to be coming to an end,
which is sad. But we're excited for them.
I am so excited for them.
And seeing them grow and continue being amazing actors and people.
Let all their dreams come true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Yeah, I think there's an earthquake going on.
Oh, I felt it.
It's not too bad. We're fine.
Right now the table just did this.
I heard it.
It definitely did.
Well, we might have just had an earthquake live on air.
We're going to be like those viral news people.
Yeah.
Get under the desk.
Oh, man.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello. Hi.
Okay, if we hear a radio in the background, if that's yours, could you turn it down for us, please?
Yeah, I just turned it down.
Okay, thank you. Well, hello. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Judy Epling, and my question is...
Judy! Hi, Judy.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Judy. All right, Judy, what you got?
I wanted to see what was the hardest part of the production process.
All of it.
All of it. From start to finish, Umbrella Academy parody whooped our tushies into gear like none other.
Everything.
It was the apocalypse for Hillywood.
Yeah.
Not kidding.
Like we're not kidding, Judy. From pre-production, things were going wrong. During production, things were going wrong. During post-production, things were going wrong. And even before pre-production, things were going wrong. Like, I mean,
it was a tough year for us.
Tough year.
But it turned out amazing, which is awesome. But if anyone, I think it's why it was the most, difficult one for us to do was because of the content of it, how it was longer, how it was, harder with regards to lines, and things like that with regards to silence on set. We had to do post audio. We had to do ADR. Like, there was so many new elements that we probably weren't 100% prepared to, to understand that this is going to take way more weeks than what you think it will take. But other than that, like, now that we kind of understand how it ticks, if given the opportunity to do a long form of Hillywood again, we probably would be able to handle it a lot better. This was just, and I'm proud of us. We did keep.
We didn't have a choice. I was like,
we didn't give up, and that shows you that we've worked this hard to kind of prep ourselves to take bigger steps. And I think this was a wake up call, but we handled it, and that's what's important. When we look back at our journey, we did it, we harnessed it, and we rode that steed, and we were all about to fall off, but we were like, damn it! Yeah, hi-ho, silver away.
And you're like barely hanging on to the saddle.
It was totally amazing.
Well, thank you, Judy. That means so much coming from you. Because you've been such a dedicated fan, and we're just so thrilled that you liked the format, and we hope to do more long-form versions of Hillywood very soon.
Okay, I had one more thing. My son's fiance wanted to say hi because she wants to meet you guys super bad, and hopefully we'll see you in Utah. But she wants to say hi to you guys.
All right.
Hello there. Hi. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Judy has a bunch of pictures of you guys, and I love the supernatural parody you guys did.
Well, thank you so much. That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, tell them goodbye. Well, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, tell them goodbye.
Every time I wave, I see a spurt of hearts. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, guys.
We can't
this
communicate.
This is what happens.
This is what happens. We're in studio, and the phone line that normally works is down, so that's why we're doing it the cell phone way, but we got it working. We love you, John.
You're on Corey Daily Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello?
Oh, sorry.
I think
oh, my God. Am I actually on call right now?
Yes.
Sorry, I figured it wouldn't work. So nervous. Okay, anyway.
What's your name and what's your question?
So, my name is Laurel Teal, and my question would be, what exactly is your process from beginning to end for all of your parodies?
Oh, my. Well, let me tell you, take a seat.
Pull up a chair. The entire process is that I come up with the concept. I then pitch it to Hannah, because she's the yes or no in this game. And thankfully, she says yes most of the time.
Yeah, only one time I was like, no.
Yeah. And after, we agree on it, we then actually think of how to make it possible. We look at the schedule.
It's the funds
we look at
first.
the funds. And then that's when we start having our donate-a-thons, which I think you guys are familiar with. We'll go on YouTube. We'll try to raise more funds on Patreon. And once we feel like we have enough to get going, and we won't completely burn holes in our pocket, we take that step and we start calling set designers and cast and crew and studio
camera rentals,
scheduling,
location, permits.
Then,
yay!
And then we after we get those approved, then we go into the costume design, the set design, the set decorating, the makeup test, the hairstylist. and then from there we film, and then from there we edit.
Don't get me
And
started
then-
on making the schedule for the day. Oh my
And then
lord.
from there we post it for you guys to watch.
Well, there's a lot of steps that we missed, but basically that's it.
If I explained all the steps, it would take me as
that's what
long
I
as
said.
it takes to film and
Yeah,
to do this.
as I said, grab a seat.
Yeah. Pull up a chair.
All right, well, thank you. That would answer my question. I wanted to know just because I'm personally really interested in directing, and I love directing.
Oh,
and I
that's
keep
awesome.
wanting to get, like, so many people together, but it's just so hard to do that.
That's
That was just-
that's
That
the
was actually...
that's the joys of adulthood, is that you understand,
Yes,
like you know
yeah.
what I mean. Like even getting together with friends is a difficult task most of the time, unless you all have the same work schedule.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. As you know, when you're kids, it's easy. We made movies all the time. We had like 12 friends in it. Woo! We would do battle scenes, and it was like no problem, and everyone's having fun. And then now we're adults. We're like, hey, do you have Tuesday off to come film or be a hand on set? Well, let me check my work schedule, and my baby's at home, and my husband might not, and you're like, oh, okay. And that's what happens, you know, you just have to keep trying, and, you know, being patient is a big thing. Like, we wanted to film Umbrella Academy parody, like, I think Perfect World would have been, like, April, and we ended up filming in June. So there's things that you have to sit around and wait and, you know, tie your hands behind your back and just wish for the best. But good luck with your your directing. And I'm so happy to hear that you have that passion in you as well. So good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I look up to you guys so much, so I'm very thankful.
Oh, thank you. Well, have a great day and Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. Early Christmas.
Thank you. You too. Goodbye.
Bye. I love when people say I look up to you, because in real life they would look down.
How tall are you guys?
Tall enough.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Victoria, and I'd like to ask, what are you guys' plans for, like, different kinds of parodies in the future?
Oh,
wow.
Good question.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of new things that we possibly want to try to bring just in general to the Hillywood show. I mean, me and Hilly are trying to figure out how to like branch off and give you guys more content, because a production takes a whole year for us. So we're talking about maybe trying to do some more gaming on Twitch, or do a podcast about, you know, behind the scenes of each production and what went wrong, what funny stories we have that didn't make it into behind the scenes. That I really think that our goal is going to be trying next year to pitch the Hillywood show to networks or streaming platforms, so that Hillywood could possibly have a chance to
thrive and
actually grow and stay, you know, because we've kind of starting to feel like we're bursting at the seams here, like we're getting really like big for our britches, and we need help. We need help now. So that's where we're going to see if we can maybe start getting some meetings and do some pitches for the Hillywood show.
And if we do, and if anybody wants Hillywood, then we could maybe like release 8 episodes of Hillywood, and you guys wouldn't have to wait a year for Hillywood for one episode. So we're really, we're really excited. We're hoping and praying to dear Jesus that something special would happen.
Baby Jesus.
That something special would happen for us, because honestly, we don't know how to, you know, keep doing Hillywood on our own anymore. It's very difficult, and we definitely need some partner that believes in us, that can help us take it to the next level for you guys, because you guys deserve way more content than what you're getting. And we only hope to grow the universe more. But thank you for your love and your support and your diligence and being such an awesome fan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Bye.
And do you guys want to take one more call, or
Sure,
two?
we can take one more call.
Okay,
Let's
one more
see,
call.
depending on the questions.
Yeah, that's true.
One or two more calls.
One or two more calls.
One or two more calls before we have to leave the radio station. So pick up the phone and call.
That's it. But yeah, no, but I also think it's all about quality and not quantity, and your guys' quality of your parodies is just
Corey.
incredible.
Thank you.
And it's worth the wait. It absolutely is.
Thank you so much.
It's just hard on our own.
Of course,
You know, it's,
of course.
And it's frustrating because we want to be so much more creative and we have so many ideas, and then you're just bound to doing it one thing and still praying and hoping, you know, that you have the funds to do it. And we don't want the Hillywood show to be like, we appreciate that we're fan funded, but we don't want it to be like, oh, we have to pay for Hillywood, like, and we feel sorry for asking our fans to give. And like, we don't care, but like for us, we just want them to watch and enjoy without stressing they're going to have enough money to do it.
Well,
like that shouldn't be
It's at a point now that we've been on for 13 years.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't need them to continue to do that after 13 years. Like I want us to be able to grow and expand without like limitations, you know, and just have a company there so where they can just finally be able to.
We even have other ideas for like a game show that like is part Hillywood, and like we have so much more ideas than just Hillywood. But Hillywood's of course our baby, so we care for and nurture our child at the best that we can, and we want to see it grow even bigger. I mean, right now I think it's a toddler, so I think it needs to be a teen.
It's starting to get on the move. Where you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 13 years old, so I guess it is a teen.
Yeah.
So maybe it can hit adulthood sooner than later and kind of be on its own without the support of the parents.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
come on.
But I mean, yeah, we just want to have that opportunity. It's hard when it's on your own. It's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys completely deserve it because you guys do work so hard and you dedicate so much time. And I completely think the fans do not mind at all helping you guys because you guys put out such amazing products. But I know what you mean. It is difficult to ask, but you guys deserve like millions of dollars for every one of your projects.
Oh my goodness!
I honestly don't know. Like,
I don't even know what I would do with that.
I don't know how you guys don't have $1 million budgets.
No, we have a shoestring budget that we ask for discount, ask for people to. I mean, people aren't even working for what they should be making. Like our camera guy is taking more than half of what he usually makes on a film shoot just because he likes what we do. The guy who did our voiceover and cleaned up all our audio did it for like half as much as he does.
Yeah.
But they only do it because they believe in Hillywood and they like the vision and they want it to succeed.
Yeah.
So we feel like we owe them all that, and it would just hurt us if it like never went to that next level.
But it will. It absolutely will. And it feels like it's completely getting there. And every single one of your parodies just gets better and better each time.
Aw,
even when you think it couldn't, and it does. And I really like this one too because it's so different from the other ones.
Yeah.
It shows the branching out, like you said.
Thank you. Yay! You're like, whoa, they're talking? Did you see the Umbrella Academy?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely did. I was like, I really, really liked it. And I liked how it kind of had Vine references in there and stuff and memes. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really cool.
Did you watch the original show?
I only watched like 5 episodes, or probably 3 episodes of it. So I didn't get through it. But I've seen it, yes.
Yeah, I've seen that, so it's not like, what is that?
Do we have one more caller before we are off the air? There's a bunch of hearts. There's a bunch of people. But they're probably like, I don't want to be the last person to call.
Why?
Yeah, well,
so where can people support you and buy your merch and everything and watch the videos, obviously, everything?
Well, you can purchase some merch that we have on shophillywood.com. And we just did some new designs for Umbrella Academy parody. And the shop helps support Hillywood with the next productions, and 10% of proceeds from the shop is given to St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Yeah. And then did you say YouTube subscribe? My mind wandered.
No, I was talking about our show.
Oh, you can watch our videos on youtube.com/Hillywood. And you can watch our videos on youtube.com/Hillywood. And that's about all I have extra to say about. You mean you hit everything else up on our shop? And
I mean, you can support us on Patreon. Again, we're not with a sponsor or a company. Basically, we're just fan funded, so the option is there for whatever amount you would like to give to help us create in the future more productions. Is patreon.com/Hillywood.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you have any hookups, get in contact.
Are you
listening? You guys deserve it.
No, well, hopefully, and God willing,
Yes.
and that's what we've been praying for. So we just trust that God will hopefully lead us in the right direction because He knows our struggles, and I think He knows how we're feeling about a lot of things. But hopefully that doesn't mean one day we have to walk away from Hillywood just because financially we can't manage it. But that's why we're just kind of trusting in God. Ooh it's a.
All right, you are the last caller. You're on Corey Taylor Talks. You're talking to Hilly and Hanna. What's your name and what's your question? Oh.
I'm Laura.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello? Yes?
Hi. What's your question and what's your name?
Hi, I'm Laura from Spain.
Oh, Laura!
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, and you?
We're good, thank you. We
good.
miss you very much, Laura.
My question is, do you know the first song you met? The first song.
The first song?
Yeah, the first song you met.
You slow down the last part. We have a bad connection. The first song we what?
The first song that you met.
Oh, the first song that we made.
That you met. Yeah.
Okay, the first song that we made. Ooh, well, we did the whole Twilight thing, but that was using Katy Perry's song. But I think the first song on our own, was it Hilly Gagaween?
No.
Oh, Harry Potter
No,
Friday?
it was the Runaways. Hilly Bomb.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's old.
That was our first one.
I think it was. Yeah, Hannah was right. I think it was the Runaways Hilly Bomb. And
Years ago.
we wrote it, we made it, and that was the first parodied version of a song. And then sometimes we use the originals, but yeah. Wow, good question, Laura. You had us thinking back there. But we miss you, and we hope to see you soon. We miss you so much.
Yeah, I need you too, girls.
Bye.
Bye.
We met her in Spain back in when we met Osric. The first time we met Osric from Supernatural was the first time we met her, and ever since then she's always kept in contact with us.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and she brought us gifts, and she is such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So we love you, Laura.
And once again, your fans are really all the best, and and it's great that they support you, and it's a great relationship you have with them, obviously, and you guys just make such amazing content.
Oh, thank you.
I'm joking. I'm tearing up again.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure coming on your show. And how many years have we been coming on your show?
Oh my goodness. We've had the show for 6 years, so probably 3, 4.
No, I think
More than that.
I think so.
5 years, maybe.
Because I think when we first came on, we were talking about doing Supernatural or something.
It was a
long time ago, or maybe that was the first time we went on. It was for I don't know.
But we always love coming. We got excited when we got the message.
Yeah.
Can you come on? And we were like, yay! We got excited. We're like, well, are we going to be on Corey's show? And then we got the text and we were like, yeah.
Oh, anytime, literally anytime. I'll make room for you guys. Because
Hopefully we won't make this a once a year thing. Hopefully we'll be more consistent. But you can go ahead and wrap up because we'll just talk all day.
No, really, it's always an honor having you guys. I've been a fan for years, so it's so cool to have you on, and you guys just keep on growing. And like you said, I really hope, and I know, really great things are gonna happen for you guys because you completely deserve it.
Please keep praying for us, guys.
Yes.
We need that badly. Please pray for us in the new year.
Yes, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Yes, this is our last show of the year, actually, so it was a great way to
Oh my
wrap it up.
gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please go and support the Hillywood show in any way you can because they're really amazing girls and they completely deserve it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.
Bye.
In the fall of 2019, the Hillywood show will give birth to a production far beyond the ordinary. This is unusual only in the fact that it'll be unlike any other parody from when Hillywood first began. They'll give you the Umbrella Academy parody.